Hey guys, welcome to another video. Following on from my last video about the 5 reasons I would sell this car, as promised, here are the 5 reasons that at the end of the day I'm going to keep the car. Now, my first reason for actually keeping this car is it's still so unique. Like, when was the last time you saw a CLA 45 on the road? And just a CLA in general, you don't really see them, whereas compared to, let's say, an RS3 and the whole A3 range, you do see them around quite a bit. Again, this is for the UK. Whether it's different in other countries, I'm not too sure, but to actually give you some figures, I found this site the other day because I was just curious as to how many there really are in the UK, and I think the site's called How Many Left, and in 2017 and 2016, less than 1,000 CLA 45s were registered each year, and that doesn't really mean anything by itself, but compared to, let's say, an S3, there were a few thousand of those, I think. I'll wave some numbers around for various cars that are similar to this, and yeah, apart from the GLA 45, the CLA 45 was actually quite rare. And for myself, the more unique, the more rare something is, I kind of prefer that. I take nothing away from the Audi S3, RS3, A45. They're excellent cars, and there are loads of them around for a reason. Now, the second reason why I'm going to keep this car, it's probably best if I don't use words to explain it, but show you in a different way. There you have it. I am still fairly young, so I do enjoy being a bit immature like that. 1 year on, it's not bored me in the slightest. The third reason for keeping this car, I don't know if you can tell right now, but it's just whenever I drive it, it just always puts a smile on my face, and that's 1 year on, whether I'm driving on roads like this or taking it literally to the corner shops and back, it still feels really special. On the interior, you've got all these red highlights, these really good Recaro AMG racing seats, which are both comfortable and actually good at their job. You've got these really big side bolsters, which actually, when you're throwing it around corners, they actually keep you in place. This car is able to be civil as well. I know I've got it in Sport Plus and really aggressive settings, but when you want it to be comfortable and behave like a daily, it can do that. Agreed, the transmission is a bit useless in comfort mode, but it's when you're in like a slow traffic jam in the city centre, you're not that bothered. It does its job. I'm not yet bored of this car, and you can just, yeah, I'm on some decent roads. The weather's awful, but this leads me on to the fourth thing. Actually, it's 4-wheel drive, and it's just highly capable. I live in the UK, as I've mentioned a million times over the course of my videos, and rear-wheel drive, it's just, you need great roads, perfect conditions, whereas here right now the car is absolutely glued. You can throw it into the corners and have confidence that you're not going to be in that hedge over there. And that was one of the downsides about the M2. I really love the BMW M2, the way it looks, sounds, handles, but it's rear-wheel drive, and when it is wet, it becomes next to useless, to be honest. throw it into the corners, it changes direction when you want it to. You know, in full, the suspension is very stiff, but when you're on roads like this, it's what you want really. You get pretty much no body roll, and it's just, yeah, it just puts a massive smile on my face. Fifth and final reason, guys, as to why I would keep this car is I've done quite a bit to it, if you haven't noticed already. You know, starting off with, you know, this car was white. The first thing I did was just swap the badges around, get the spoiler wrapped in black, just to give it a bit more of an aggressive look. What did I do next? I then changed the grille. I basically de-chromed the whole car. Grille went gloss black, and kind of left it like that for a couple of months before I decided to actually get the thing wrapped. And overall now I think, you know, it adds to that whole unique factor. The car looks even more unique than it did before. You know, people still give complimentary glances, think the car's a lot more exotic than it is. It's really not. It's just you know, it's the big brother of the A-Class. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it kind of highlights that, you know, I'm not bored of this car, I don't dislike this car, it's still really, really special. I've had the car for over a year, and every time I jump into it, it's just, I enjoy driving. You know, you jump into something else, and sometimes driving can be quite tedious, whereas when I'm in this, it's just, it's not. Thanks for watching guys, as always, and I'll see you in the next video.